Alright guys, welcome to episode 8. Alright, we're kicking this one off outside in the snow. Why? Because we're waiting on this timber delivery, so lots of materials coming, and the best way in the building is in through that window. However, somebody in their wisdom decided it was a good idea to throw all this shit out. So, need to get this cleared. Delivery is imminent, so need to get it cleared nice and quick. Get this out of the way so we can get in there. Let's go. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I think it might be time for a skip though. What do you think? Alright, let's get back inside. It's Baltic! Alright, back in. So, wasn't actually planning on doing too much today. So I was doing a lot of admin stuff through there. I was actually editing last week's video, and I am going to train, but through here, not so much. But whilst we're waiting on that timber, we might as well do something. So I'm going to strip out, where are we? Oh, the rest of this. So like we said in the last video, we're going to make MDF tiles for here. So this gap right now is pretty slim, so as you can see there's a little bit of tile each side, so I'll just strip out that completely so we can put in a full tile. Alright, look at that snow, man, it's wild. That lasted long. Delivery's here, let's get it. Alright, material in. Alright, exciting now because there's a lot of jobs we can get on with. The question is though, do we start them today? Alright, this snow is getting pretty bad and still need to train. So you know, if it's that bad here in Hamilton, getting back to shots is going to be wild. So I need to train, so should I stop now, train and go home, or do a couple hours in here first, then train and then go home? TBC, I'll figure it out in the next 5 minutes. Let's go. Alright, training it is then. So I'm going to hit some squats and then I'm going to do tomorrow's YouTube video so I can film that to get it out for you guys. So I'll just show you what I'm going to do squat wise. I've been working through a little bit of a squat program. So this is today's Tuesday, but we started last Monday. It's some squat waves. So it's 7 sets of 6. What we do is we increase weight up to a peak set in the middle. So this started at 100, 105, 110, peaked at 115, and then we come back down to 100. We squatted again on Friday, so we just added a few kilos. So 102, the peak was 117, and then back on to today. So now we start at 105, and the peak is 120. So this is the third session. The fourth has got a bit of a max out at 120, and then we drop it down to 4s, and we do a few more sessions there, so on and so forth. So let's get on with it. Going to get a good warm up, say that 120 peak set. It's going to be pretty tough because the rest of it's been tough. So we're going to get a solid warm up here and get started. Alright, squat's done. Alright, I make a lot of noise when I squat, even when I'm by myself. So top set got pretty tough. Was actually using the pad today. Don't normally use it, but I get this nasty welt right on my spine. And I've tried low bar squat, high, pulled my hands in, pulled them out, tried everything. But one session or 2 sessions, get away with it. Squatting once a week like I normally do is totally fine. But this is the 3rd squat session in 8 days, so it's getting a little bit nasty. Maybe my traps just aren't big enough. So on with the next part. So now I'm going to do tomorrow's home WOD, which is this. So it is 5 rounds of max hang squat clean and max push-ups. Alright, so what happens is you go for unbroken on the bar, hold on as long as you can. As soon as you have to break the bar, you then hit the deck and then go for a big set of push-ups. Alright, the push-ups are going to be super tough for me. Not sure about weight on the bar yet. I did write 50 up there and I scrubbed it off. That might be a bit adventurous, but feeling good after those squats. So let's get warmed up and then we'll get into this. Look at the state of this. Aye, lovely. Alright guys, made it to the gym through all that snow. It's actually not too bad down here. What we're doing now is I have just uploaded episode 7. So doing that now because the internet here is far better than the internet at home. Gonna get changed and we're gonna get through next door. Alright, so many jobs to choose from. Let's go and see what we get up to today. Looks like Leonardo's is making a few upgrades too. New sign, looking good. Alright, on with our jobs. So what we're going to do is job number 1 is going to go back a little bit and I'm going to finish off the door because we couldn't get that done because we didn't have the MDF, which we do now. So let's get that sheeted. Just drop that in my fucking toe. Always wear safety boots, kids. Alright, job 1 of the day done. So this panel's on, and this panel didn't take this all the way up because that way, because the suspended ceiling will come over to meet it, that means that we can always lift this tile out and it gives us access in case we want to attach anything on here, so say a clock or a digital sign or anything that needs some power or cables in there, because it is just a bit of hollow wall. So job 1 done, on to the next one. I think what we're going to do now is cut a bunch of these tiles to start filling in the ceiling. Let's go. So what I'll do now is test this up there, and if it's good, use this as a template because I've got about 12 to cut. Good to go. Template. Going to call it quits on Wednesday there. That was a good quick shift. We got lots done. So memory card actually died there, so I don't know where we got to, but just wanted to fill you guys in on this. So we managed to get a full line done all the way. So cut them into those tiles. It's actually pretty tidy. Again, that's all been painted black, so it should all smooth out and look pretty good. So tomorrow's job is to then do the same all the way down to meet this. That kind of tidies up the roof and then fill in these little tracks here. So, yep, it's what time is it? Just after 5. So time to go and record tomorrow's YouTube workout. We've got some deadlifts and then we've got the Zoom sweat class at 6:30. So get all that squeezed in now, go and get some fitness in for the day. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Thursday morning now, and before we get started today, I've got a fun little job to take on first. Job stroke project. Alright, so number 1 job for today is to finish off the ceiling, alright, but before I do that, we're just going to dive into something else, which is this. So, as you know, I love this tool bench, alright, but it is freaking heavy and I need to move it. Alright, so in here, some of the material we got delivered the other day was some plywood. So I need to put down a plywood base pretty much right where this is, because there's going to be some flooring goes on top of it for a nice little kind of sitting area and stuff here. So I am going to put some wheels on this. So this is what we've got. This was a bit of saved because there used to be about 3 of these. So this is a tabletop. I've got some caster wheels. I've got this thing that I got from Lidl's about 3 months ago. Just bought it on a whim because it was like 9 quid and thought I will definitely use that one day. The day has come. Alright, so I'm going to try and take all of this and somehow mount this to make it mobile, and that way I can scoot it about the gym. So in essence, what I'm going to try and attempt to make here is a big fucking skateboard. Alright, a skateboard for that to move it around. Alright, so that's the first job of the day. Alright, so rough plan here is, like I say, I already have this So what I'm going to do is cut this in half. That will give us 2 boards with 2 wheels each, but 2 isn't going to be enough to support this entire thing because it is so massive. So what I would like to have is 2 wheels here, 2 wheels here, and then 2 wheels here. So that means I need to make a third one of these. So if I chop this in half, that gives us 2. I have a scrap bit of 18mm plywood here. So I'm essentially just going to make another one of these out of this and then try and get these wheels to go through it. I've got a couple of fixings and stuff, so there's a few kind of fidgety holes need to be drilled and stuff to get that nice and secure, but I want to end up with 3 sets that I can then screw onto this and then try and slide that underneath there. Alright, there's our 3 little brackets, good to go. Now my only concern here is that this wheel might be just slightly bigger than this one, but not by much. But if we put this one in the centre, we'll end up with a wobble. So the plan is, if it is just a little bit too big, is just sand down the wheel. Just sand it down, it's plastic, so take the sander to it if required, but there's not much in it. So now we need to mark up this to match the legs on this, and then strap these onto there. Simple. Not buzzing about having to use screws here. Better would have been some bolts with the heads kind of facing up and really get them tightened down, but we don't have any and I want to get it done as a quick job, so the good old 40mm silver screw makes a return. So we're just going to beef this up and then probably put some through from the other side as well. That's the plan. Alright, moment of truth. I need to, don't I? Right. Extremely happy with that. So now we just need to figure out how we get that under here. So I'm thinking some sort of tilt action. Try and slide it in. My only concern is it starts to slide away from me. Oh, that's what we're going for. First, anyway. Okay, bad plan. Obviously I'm trying to do this, we're taking the least amount of stuff out of it. I could just strip it, make it a lot lighter, but like a challenge. slide. Absolutely awesome. What a shift that was. But when you're determined, you know. That's fucking awesome. Yes. Full mobility capabilities. That genuinely makes me happy. How sad is that? So good. Alright, that took up more time than it should have, but good fun. Now I need to really resist the urge to add more bits and tidy it and organise it and all that, because I've got some real work to get on with. Alright, so going to get on with this ceiling. Memory card was full yesterday, so I don't know where we filmed up to. I'll just show you where we finished off with this ceiling. All done. Patched all this all the way across to meet this section all the way, and then 2 jobs we finished on was actually tidying up these corners as well. So got it all the way in there, and then same on the other side. So chipped away some of that brick and stuff, but got all this filled in too. Right into there, and then obviously this corner will be tidied up. So, ceiling, I'd say about 90% done. Alright, so really happy that is. Ceiling's just always one of them jobs. Oh, I forgot this bit as well. The tracking, filled that in as well. So got that filled all the way across, all the way down. And if we were completely finished, that could be painted, but there's still some electrics to run, and a little bit, there's a water pipe, electrics, and then obviously light fixtures. So obviously we'll paint it before we put up the light fixtures, but depending where they go and how they're going to be fitted, there might be some brackets or things to go up first. So get all that done, sorted out first, and then we'll paint it. But as good as done. So on with today. It's Big Friday. Got the workout tonight at 6 o'clock, so I'm looking forward to on the Zoom. A few thrusters, by the way. So 2 jobs I would like to get done before then. It is, well, it's actually 3 o'clock, so I might get one of them done. Is either putting down a subfloor in here or sheeting up this wall. Obviously we've got this panel MDF here, and then but this is still plaster. Plaster just not great for a gym at all, because any dink or dent, or say we're moving a machine or something in here and it takes a chip, it's done, it needs replastered. So I'd rather that was just solid. So we've got plenty of MDF, so the goal is here to sheet all of this. So before I left last night, what I did was take all the door frames off. Same with here as well, took this frame off and then took the frame off there as well, because they are all going to be sheeted in here. So this one might need a wee bit of framing, but this one can go straight onto the brick. So sheet this or the floor. Let's go, I'm going to get organised here and then get on with it. Right, first job done, all sheeted up nice, even got a little cutout in, so all secured in, and it will be, all the holes will be filled, and the joins will all be filled as well, smoothed over, but just a much cleaner, better look, and obviously more sturdy. Means this wall's nice and protected, just in case anybody gets the urge to throw a dumbbell at it, or a kettlebell, or a barbell, all that. So yep, happy with that. On to the next one, which is going to be this area here. So I want to put a plywood base down, but I'm going to run it right into that corner there, so I'm going to start clearing all that out. It is just after 4:30, so we've got about an hour, see how far we get for today. Alright guys, Saturday morning. So what we've got going on is we've got all the plywood cut, so we've got it all to shape. You can see a little bit of spray paint here, that's going to mark my line because I'm going to lift the plywood now. And what I'm going to do is, it's a 9mm plywood. I'm going to put this fibre board underneath it. I just happen to have some of this from a few old jobs around the house and stuff. So that's a 5mm fibre board, then you've got 9mm ply, then we'll probably have like a 3 or 4mm flooring, because the gym flooring is 20 and that's going to match up to it. See the maths there? What the fibre board does too is it'll cushion it underneath the plywood a little bit, so that concrete's not perfect. In an ideal world, if this was a house or something, you would put a screed down there, maybe some self-level or something like that. But that'll take out kind of some of the notches and cuts and stuff out the concrete, and it'll also take out that kind of clunky wood on concrete sound, so kind of soften it and make it sound nicer as well. Give it a little bit of cushion. So that's what we're doing now. Lift the plywood, lay that down, plywood on top, and drill it in, fix it, job done. Alright guys, one full board is done. Alright, so it's feeling pretty good, feeling sturdy. It's definitely took out that sound, that noise of the board hitting the concrete. So I thought I'd just show you guys what I'm actually doing in terms of fixing this. So there's loads of different ways to fix onto concrete, and then different types of concrete, whether it's brick or anything like that. So something I've used in the past and what I use for the other side is an actual concrete screw. So what you do there is you drill a pilot hole, and then that just goes straight through your material and into the concrete, and it bites into pilot holes a little bit smaller than that. So it's a pretty solid fixing. It's really good for fixing things into a wall sideways, but it's good for this too. But what I found last time was that it has got a Torx head on it, which isn't a common head, but I just ripped through bits in the impactor just constantly. Now a drill could work too, but I was going through bits like a box of 25 to do one sheet, and it just got pretty frustrating. So this time I went for something different, which is just a kind of raw plug and screw type. So what you need to do is, first of all, drill the pilot hole, then you take the screw and the raw plug, put them together, chap that down into the hole, and then what you've got is something for just a regular wood screw. It's just one of those gold screws we got before. That drills down, it pulls that, it kind of actually crumples that together a little bit, pulls that nice and tight, and then pulls your board down with it. So it's worked pretty well for here. It's the first time I've done it, but just from experience, I know this floor and that floor through there just doesn't like these very much, so this is a good alternative. And it is just an underlay board for a floor to go down on. So doing the job so far, but now I've got about another 50 to do. So let's get on with it, let's get it finished today. Let's go. And we're done. So nice and level, looking good, ready for a floor to go down. Now, I was absolutely over this by about the 4th screw, I'd say. There's a bit of a hump here, just where the concrete is, couldn't do anything about it. And then this back corner seemed to have a different type of concrete underneath it, because it was a nightmare to drill. But we got there, super flat, super smooth. So it'll be a long time before the floor actually goes on this. Obviously, got a unit to build in here, everything else to go on and whatever, but painting and probably one of the last things to go down can be the actual floor, but we are prepped and ready for it. And then we've got this nice line to work from for when the rubber tiles go down as well. So it's going to be rubber tiles up to here, and then some sort of nice vinyl flooring in there. Sweet. Alright, let's go and figure out what we're going to do next. Alright, next job, I'm going to put in this closer in this door. So we have this, which does actually come apart, although it's really tight and everything now. So this needs to go in here, well into that. So we need to drill right through that door, get that locked in, and then the other half goes on here, and that'll get that door closing on its own. So quick little job, let's get it. Job done. And now the default position is closed. It's now Monday morning, alright, so that's why we've got the massive coffee. So I'm just about to get started on our first job for today, and it is a pretty big job, so I thought I would actually just stop this episode now. We'll wrap this one up before starting the next one. All right, so being a Monday as well kind of gets us back on track with a weekly video. So I started editing episode 8, which is this one, last night, and it's getting pretty long, so it's a good time to cut it short, and then we'll move on to the next one. So this week we got lots done. We got that floor done in the sitting area, which is great. Really happy with how that turned out, because now we can start building a few things in there. We've got a little cabinet thing to go in as well, water station, fridges, all kind of cool stuff like that, which can now go on top of that. The ceiling was a big job. I'm really happy to get that done. And I say, apart from lights, it's pretty much ready to go, ready to be painted. So good to go on the top side. And then obviously we got the world's best tool bench done. That took up a lot of the video. There's a lot of messing about there, but super happy with that. And just a few other things. Obviously the material delivery was great. That lets us get on with so many more jobs, which is what I'm going to start today. But moving into the next episode, we're going to take on a pretty big job that's outside even my comfort zone. So we've got a new tool, or what we call it, a toy, a new tool, and all the bits and all the whistles and all that. So it's probably a bit advanced even for your regular DIYer, but we're going to take it on anyway, and we're taking on a massive project with it. It's for the gym obviously, but we'll let you know what it is in the next one once all the bits come. All right, so we're going to get into that. So just wrapping up this episode, guys, thank you for watching again. And I hope you guys are enjoying just following the process. All right, we're building this gym. We haven't really spoke a lot about what's going to be happening here. We obviously have a plan, so we'll save that for a later date for now, but we're getting there. All right, we really are getting there. Things are pushing on. We've got lots of stuff coming in. The new floor, the gym floor's arriving the next couple of days as well, so lots of cool stuff happening. Now, I can't believe we're going to go down this route, but if you're not subscribed to this channel already, then if you want to see the next videos, then definitely subscribe, all right? The reason being, you'll get a notification when a new video gets posted, all right? So the reason I'm telling you is, just for the last 2 weeks, I've actually not been on any social media, so I've had no Instagram, no Facebook, by choice. I'm just taking a break, which has been great, by the way. If it's something you have thought about, whatever, if you want to speak to me about it, do it. Just some real good benefits of doing that. So I haven't been posting when new videos have come out, so the only thing I've been on is YouTube. So if you subscribe, you'll get the notification and all that, all right? And then the second thing is, if you've seen last night, Matt Fraser started a YouTube channel since he retired from CrossFit. He's got his own YouTube, so he's going to be doing some vlogs and stuff like that, which is really cool. Looking forward to watching that. However, his opening song of his vlog is our song, all right? The Build and Win opening montage that we've been using since episode 3. He stole it. He stole it and used it in his videos. All right, so he's obviously a fan. He must watch the channel, and then he's just thought that's a really good song. I'll take that. All right, so pretty funny last night watching that. So yeah, episode 8, guys. Thank you for watching. We are done, and let's get on with episode 9, which is about to start in about 2 minutes time. All right, thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.